If you're struggling to find great employees to hire for your business, this video will help you out. I want to share with you the stories of how two of my clients found exceptional employees for their businesses, despite initially thinking that there was no way that that could happen. One of my clients had a team of 3, and they were all his friends. But the problem was that his team was constantly underperforming. They were arguing with each other instead of elevating each other, and they were constantly late with their deadlines.
The hardest thing I think that I have found as being a business owner is really working with your team and creating your team and learning how to communicate with them. That's something nothing I think prepares you for it. As time's gone on, I've gotten, I guess, way less tolerant to bullshit. And I think that's something you've kind of helped me with.
My client was absolutely terrified that if he started to set some standards, that they would leave and he would lose his friends. He was afraid to become the kind of boss that he used to have back when he was an employee, the kind of boss that he would hate. But after working together, my client started to become a lot more confident in his leadership. He did start to set some standards, and his friends did end up leaving. My client was crushed. It took him weeks to recover and forgive himself because he was actually upset with himself for having hired his friends. But after he overcame that, he started making offers, and he went from selling $3,000 services to closing $18,000 deals. And he hired somebody to work remotely who was actually doing a much better job than his previous team members and was asking for less money. Stay tuned, because I'm gonna share with you specifically what are the principles that we used that allowed him to hire that stellar team member. My real estate client achieved the impossible in only 4 weeks. More specifically, before working together, his most valued property in his portfolio was 100,000 euros. In the 4 weeks of working together, he gained another property that was valued at 1.6 million euros, another property that was valued at 1.2 million euros, and he was also discussing getting another property for 4 million euros. But more importantly, he hired this exceptionally valuable team member that had the same values as himself and was hungry to learn and hungry to earn. But with his new standards, some decisions needed to be made. His assistant was just like my previous client's previous team. She was always underperforming, she wasn't studying the training materials, and she was always over-promising and under-delivering. Because my client became a lot more confident in his leadership and he saw that it is possible to have team members with high standards, he decided to have a conversation with his assistant to share with her what are the new standards and gave her 30 days to show that she can step up to the challenge. Unfortunately, she didn't, and he had to let her go, which I highly encouraged. So what did we do specifically to transition my clients from you cannot find good people to hire anymore to, oh my God, I have these exceptional people in my team right now? Number 1, get super clear on your vision and your values. People rally behind a story first and then behind the person sharing the story. It is essential for you to know your vision for your business, because when you're hiring somebody, you can talk about your vision for your business. You can check to see what are the values of the individual that you're thinking about hiring. And if they're passionate about the vision for your business and they want to be part of something bigger than themselves, and a lot of people do, and also if they have similar values to you, then that's going to be an exceptionally valuable team member. Exceptional people are motivated by more than just money. Which leads us to point number 2. Always give people a trial period, because you might think to yourself, oh, I don't have a budget to hire this person. Well, if for example you're hiring somebody who's an expert at sales, give them a trial period. Let them show you that what they're saying in the interview is true. Let them make your business money, and that additional income will pay for their salary. That's how you have a budget to hire exceptional people. And for example, my real estate client, the difference between his assistant and his new team member that was performing exceptionally well was this trial period, because he hired his assistant immediately. And on the other hand, his exceptional team member went through a trial period. My client tested him first. And number 3, look for people who are passionate about growth, who have growth as one of their main values. This is a technique that I learned from Vishen Lakhiani, founder of Mind Value, one of the biggest personal development companies in the world. Ask potential employees to rank these values in the job interview: growth, happiness, abundance, and meaning. And hire the people who have growth in their top 2. Now, these strategies, these techniques are super valuable, but they're not gonna work unless you work on number 4, your money blocks, letting go of money blocks. Because if you have subconscious limiting beliefs around making more money, and you hire this exceptional salesperson, for example, or this exceptional manager that suddenly frees up your time and you have a lot more time to make a lot more money and expand the business, that's going to scare the shit out of you. If you haven't let go of subconscious fears around making more money, around success, even around failure. We're actually more afraid of success than we are of failure. Even fears around more responsibility will hold you back. I actually have a video around that I'm gonna be sharing with you towards the end. And number 5, congratulations, you've just hired these exceptional people who maybe are much smarter than you in many areas. Now you need to master your confidence as a leader. You need to fully embrace your role as a leader and trust that no matter how smarter your employees are compared to you, that they are following you because you have this energy of a leader, that you are giving direction, that you are the one who can harmonize the working environment so that most people in your team are happy most of the time, because they're not going to be happy all the time and you cannot make everybody happy, but you can do your best. So embrace your identity as a leader. That's going to help you attract even more people. Because, for example, another one of my clients who has this flotation spa, they're basically float tanks where you just disconnect from the world and you just give your body and your mind a break. He was afraid to hire exceptional managers because deep down in the back of his head was this thought of, why would this person ever want to follow me as a leader? I know all of my shortcomings. I know all of my weaknesses. Why would they ever trust me? And of course, it wasn't because my client wasn't worthy of being a leader. He just didn't believe in himself enough as a leader. He didn't clearly see his strengths as a leader. Now, I'd love to know which of the principles really spoke to your heart. Let me know in the comments. And if you want me to make a video on how to keep exceptional people in your team long term, let me know in the comments. And if you've enjoyed this video, I fully recommend you check out this video on overcoming the fear of responsibility so that you fully embrace your role as a powerful leader. Check it out, and I will see you soon.